So look at this. Y'all remember Micah was going to East Coast Honda. Uh, they reported she had a Honda Accord she was driving that day, but they showed us a Honda Civic saying that was her in that car. It's also been found that another Honda, or maybe two more Hondas Accords, lilac or white or both, are or were registered to Micah at one time or another. The car she paid taxes on was a Honda. Right before she passed, she paid the taxes, right? And they say JP have all these vehicles, like 29 vehicles or something, that are registered to the church. A woman sent a message to Kyla, not Tyler. Well, she didn't send a message. Actually, she posted it in the YouTube group. And she was talking about, wait, hold on. Let me get it. Yeah. So it says, Micah was a dear friend and partner in creating my VIP buying program at East Coast Honda. Her expertise in marketing and the automotive industry was instrumental. Thanks to her, I was able to offer a VIP experience to members and support scholarships for faith-based education. Mind you, this is a group where we're all discussing things that, we're finding out about JP and his associates that he needs to be held accountable for, or they need to be held accountable for. Not only that, people are also there, questioning and trying to put clues together about what really happened to Micah. Why would she come in here and post this? Weird. Very weird. So she said Micah also mentored my granddaughter for nearly 3 years during her high school years, and her impact on our lives was profound. And she is deeply missed. Last night, Michaela and I, girl, nobody cares what you and Michaela was doing. But she said they were sitting on the couch reflecting, and she felt immense gratitude and the time shared, and for always letting her know how grateful I was for her, and I love her. I'm proud of this program and grateful for Michael's contribution. Now, this is not a memorial for Micah. This is a group where we're digging up dirt, posting dirt, sharing ideas, trying to get others involved, and others are becoming involved, and investigating this dude and saying that, he's scum and we don't believe it, and Michael was a victim of his, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, what you coming here for with this? Everything happens for a reason. So now, amongst the many things that we found out, it's very interesting to know that you can get VIP membership with East Coast Honda if you are a Solid Rock Church member. See, there's so many ways these institutions make their money, right? So many ways. They be hustling and trapping and hustling. Okay, they be hustling. They got to deal with East Coast Honda if you're a church member. Now, of course, you got to sign up to be on anybody's VIP plan. However, what you get on the plan? What you get? You get a hassle-free shopping experience. Damn, so we be hassled, huh? Yeah, I say so. I say so. As a Honda lover and a Honda owner, I say, sometimes it could go a little better. Even had a chick that seemed like she wanted to get the smackdown. One time when I was in there getting my car serviced, and they ended up giving me a free oil change coupon because of it, but she was in there tripping. So yeah, it be some mess going on with Honda, long wait times and BS like that. Fake up sale attempts and putting shit on your car, blue. Okay, so you also get official South Rock contact at dealership for inquiries. So someone that is I'm assuming this chick is a representative. So she wanted to advertise, but girl, this is not gonna have the effect that you want. I'm gonna take time out of my day, precious time, to just put you out there. You know what I mean? Because you wanna, hey, this your commercial. So I assume you can contact her and she will handle you as a Solid Rock VIP. Guaranteed pricing for Solid Rock employees, volunteers, and friends with families. This shit don't make no sense to me. Okay, first you get a hassle-free experience, so we don't deserve that as regular customers. Then you're going to get guaranteed price and guaranteed. So in other words, y'all be lying. You tell me one thing, then you take it back. You know, like a take back, see? Yeah. All right, so you get $100 donation to Faith First Academy. That is the partner church with the other dude and the other stuff and the other stuff and the other stuff. Play catch up. Play catch up. Okay? All right? There'd be a lot of hustling going on. See, you can learn a lot from the Thornton and Dalton situation. And you can learn a lot from this situation, honey. About these churches and so on and so forth. How these people really be hustling. Because they be hustling. It's so much information came out. I need a whole... I wish I had the time. I'm talking about a real well put together documentary. It's too early because it's not... Everything isn't exposed and dealt with. But a documentary exposing all these things uncovered and how these organizations be getting down. And all the many people that be involved. I would like to see that about Thornton and Dalton too. At the end of the day, who all, as much as we can find out, was involved. What else you get? You get a service loaner car program. I mean, if your car's being serviced and y'all want to take all day, especially for something simple. I mean, you got to join a VIP to get that. How about you just do the work? Or, I need a car. 500-mile vehicle locator service. Well, I mean, since you tracking and all. I mean, listen, I'm going to say y'all straight up. This is how I'm with it. If I purchase my car from you, Honda, regardless of what location, and I'm constantly coming back to your location for the work, for the service, or anything per my car's needs, especially if it's one location, because a lot of these be independently owned, right? So let's say I'm faithfully coming back. This is my brand. Whether I purchased it from you in your lot or not, I'm coming to you exclusively every time. You getting my money, even though I know your ass be doing me wrong sometimes. I don't catch everything. You really getting over. You definitely had an upper hand. You doing whatever you want to do back there with my car. And I know all y'all places are about money. So I'm not going to trust you just to do what you need to do and not mess up nothing else so you can upsell me later. I'm not going to trust you. I don't even know you did oil change unless I check it myself. I don't know if you changed the fluid unless I checked it myself. Filters, all that. Anything. I got to go behind you and check. And then still it could be something that you missed off or messed up. So in 3-4 months it could all fall apart. I am giving you the opportunity over anybody else to screw me over. And you mean to tell me I got to join a VIP? I am VIP. If I'm coming to you exclusively, I am VIP already. Okay? The hell. So you get over 250 new vehicles to choose from. I can't. All right, what else do you get? You get over 325 pre-owned vehicles, which with 60 to 65% under original manufacturer's warranty. Well, child, what else you got? You got some ice cream or something? I mean, what, pizza? I mean, what we doing here? I mean, fruit and vegetables, y'all. Fruit and vegetables. All right, give me a bag of creatine. Every visit, I want a bag of creatine. I'm talking about pure, real deal, Holyfield creatine. We can start there. All right, we can start there. And now and then you be talking. Then we talking about something. You know, give me a gift certificate or something to a supply store for my arts and crafts, you know. Then we talking. Lowe's, Home Depot, Dick's, you know, places like that. Like, then we talking. All this other stuff you talking about, I don't care about none of that. Because you know what? This is just me. I'm holding on to mine. Okay, what if it's mine? I'm gonna take care of it, and I want it to last, and that's one of the main reasons why I even rock with Honda. So I know your goal is to try to get me in something else. They do it all the time, and I'll be like, when did I express to you that I was looking for another car? In fact, I just got this one. Why are you asking me this? Get out my face. You're getting on my nerves. Don't make me go somewhere else. Because I'll leave you and leave you and leave you and leave you. Why are you constantly... I can't trust you to be back here working on my joint if I know you constantly trying to get me to get rid of. Don't you want to trade this in? This is the year I want it. I see you. I see what you got. I come here all the time. I know you sell these bad boys. So, if I'm interested, I know who to talk to. If I come to you knowing you sell something and I don't ask you for none of it or no information on it, what makes you think I wanted it? Just saying, I can't trust you working on my carbo if I know you don't want me to keep it. So you get 18 financial lending institutions to choose from. I wouldn't. I mean, all y'all working together, so you act like I'm gonna take this as a flex, but okay, whatever. 5 financial lending institutions which specialize in what, child? What they specialize in? Hold on. Limited or challenged credit. First of all, they go to this church. Secondly, they tithe very well. I already know. Thirdly, they are a part of a freaking VIP program. And fourth, because most people don't go to dealerships, they find somebody around the corner. They go in the Honda. I think they don't need. I don't really think they have. If y'all don't have no credit y'all should have a credit program in your church, and that should be for free. You want everybody to have excellent credit. You want everybody to be up on par so you can get the best out of them. You can get the better they are, the more productive they are, the more money. Y'all failing at something. You need to have a free credit program every 6 months. And to be honest, and not that I'm giving it away, because I am giving the sauce away, but damn, this is just where my mind went with that. Your customers and your parishioners, or whatever you want to call your church members, shouldn't have no credit issues. Okay, you want them big pimping spending cheese. Y'all should have a financial program. All right, I know you got some accountants there. I know you got some people that are experts in these areas, and they need to volunteer. Yes, I said volunteer, because this is what you do at churches. They don't pay you. You volunteer. You give it all away. I give it all away. Give it all away. That's what you do. Volunteer your services and make sure that everybody's making paper. 10% of a whole lot is a whole lot. Okay? So, yeah, sis, we don't care. We ain't fucking with you. We not no Solid Rock members, and we ain't trying to be. Okay? The more we talk about you, the less members you're probably gonna have. And not because people ain't sitting back saying, damn, I always wanted to join the mafia. I want to join Solid Rock, but everybody putting all the everybody gonna know what the hell we up to, so it ain't no more fun. It's no point. There's no real benefit, and then I might get harassed, and people might think I'm doing stuff that I actually want to do and gonna try to get in with, but it's the whole what we'll wait to die down. That's what's gonna happen. Okay. Hopefully, whoever needs to go to jail will go to jail. But, a lot's going to be missed at the end of the day. This is how things go. And, Solid Rock is going to keep on moving on. Yeah, they're going to keep on moving on. By the way, if you are interested in this program, we guessed to share her contact information. This is Miss Carol Bowen, and she can hook you up. She is your Solid Rock VIP plan coordinator, and this is her email right here. Come on, just in case you want to contact her and ask her some questions about joining her program. It is Carol's Got thecars@gmail.com. She got them cars, baby. 843-215-6500. And it says, get coin with Bowen. Oh, get going. Child, you get going. 561-601-7663. And that is Carol Blonde Bowen. And I do mean blonde. Because, girl, this was not a bright idea. But, anywho.
Of where he was. Do you have a theory as to what happened? And again, I know this is sensitive, so if you don't want to share it, I understand. But do you have a theory as to what you believe happened?
So the theory would be that because she had multiple tracking devices put on her car previously, that she was followed out to the park or forced to go out to the park, and they either follow her out there or there's no reason for her to go out there. That's the main point as well. She's never been out there. We don't go up there. It's not a family spot, and she was off the trail enough into a park ranger only area that nobody knows about. And so
let me say this. Colin, not Tyler, and not Colin, not Tyler. Oh shoot, I forgot. But I shared it on my community tab, and I want to go over that video just to highlight every point that needs to be highlighted. And that will be later. However, that video clearly shows that there would be no FBI investigation into her passing. Now, other things, yes. And I do encourage people to really, really, really focus on that. So if you have any type of information you can get, because y'all doing a good job investigating things. But if you have any type of information that you can get and contribute, although it's the FBI, but we want to make sure there's nothing that we can say, oh, y'all overlooked this here, I wonder why, because baby, when I tell you I believe that this one reaches high, I believe it. And I'm gonna tell you, just because I know how my brain works. So following the things that have been discovered, these people are going to make sure that they have connections in every sector possible. Police, law enforcement, not the same thing, but you know what I mean? Law enforcement encompasses much bigger than the police. Follow me here. Government, CIA, FBI, all that. And if you think any differently, I'm gonna start with all these people. Most of them have religions, and most of it be Christian or some form of Christianity, which encompasses a lot. But these people go to church, they worship, they praise, they follow. All wealthy, well-to-do, connected people have groups and cults that they're involved in one category or another, usually in several categories. And there is only 6 degrees, and sometimes less than that, of separation. So they're all involved. This is how, they keep on rising to the top. You understand me? And do what they need to do to be where they want to be and achieve what they want to achieve. This is how they do it. All right? So, there's not an area that this guy doesn't have any connections with, in my opinion. And like I'm saying, that includes the FBI. Now, I'm going to let the father, because this is Micah's father. I also wanted to make sure you clear on that in case y'all don't read.
The theory would be that she was either tracked, and then they said, well, we didn't find a tracking device. Well, they could have removed it at the park. When the car was at the park and then it was collected by the authorities, they didn't check for a tracker, which blew my mind. They said, oh, we have all the evidence and everything. We asked them, was there a tracker on her car? And they said, well, we didn't check.
Okay, so this is her father. This is somebody who knows a lot of things that have been going on with this woman and these people, right? Just imagine the parts that we found out, what he knows. This is also a guy that understands the reach and the control and the level of companionship that this guy and his organization has with other people in different categories, like I had just mentioned. So if he is saying that this is his theory on what may have happened with his daughter, she didn't do this to herself, I'm inclined to believe him, and not only just because this is his father who doesn't want to believe it, also because of the shit that we found out ourselves. And I'm going to tell you, like I said in my TikTok video, you can't pay me to believe that if JP, because I still do believe it's a possibility that JP was there and did it. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. But if JP didn't do it, he had others do it. This is organized crime, and they did it very, very well. And he had the upper hand to where he can get his hands on her things. And so he could eliminate as much evidence as he wanted to see fit. They first off weren't even going to try her for doing this to her. I mean, not the option of not her doing it, but somebody else doing it. So it's just like, hey, we don't got to secure nothing. We don't have to blase whoop de whoop. Here you go, sir. This is your wife's stuff. Here you go. I mean, we talking about a dude that on the phone told them he not coming down there. They can come to him because he the man. Okay, he the man, and he already know his people already secured everything and got it all wrapped up real nice for him. They ain't gonna slip because they look out for each other. All right, organized crime, baby. When you do something, let us know what we can help, what we're good at, and blah blah blah. What our role's gonna be, and everybody gonna follow through, and they not gonna slip. You gonna handle it as if it's your own situation, cause next up is gonna be you, and the crew gonna come through, and they gonna make it real clean for you. They're going to make it real clean for you. And that's what they did here in this situation. And I do believe that some way, somehow, this guy was hounding her, harassing her as he normally does. And he was telling her for some odd reason that she needs to get there. Could have been to finalize some stuff, which don't ever fall for that. Let's if we don't learn too many things, we're gonna learn some things, and this is one of them. You ain't got to meet nobody to talk about nothing, baby. This is 2024. We can do a recorded and saved Zoom or anything to discuss what we need to discuss, although that should already be pre-planned. People talking about they don't want to do prenups and stuff like that. Listen, baby, this is a business, and we gonna do business things. That's all it is to it. And if you got something to say otherwise, then just don't get with somebody who believes in it. It's that simple. You ain't got to fuss and fight and argue. Fuck your love. This is business. Okay, so in case of separation, and we should all learn this if we've been through separation and it wasn't smooth, right? This is how we gonna handle X, Y, and Z. All right, so there should be no need for you to meet me somewhere. I meet you somewhere so we can have no conversation, especially if somebody done somebody wrong or somebody ain't happy, because why we not still together? But this is what the kind of stuff he was doing to her. So I do believe that he told her somehow, some way that she must meet him, and no was not an option when she just wanted to be moving on and continuing with her plans and getting her stuff together. And y'all can go listen to that entire interview with the father so you can hear everything he has to say. But the evidences that he was able to see and the things that he know, and he doesn't believe that this is something she inflicted upon herself, and neither do we. I believe that he had multiple people who worked with and for him to make sure this was done, if he didn't even show up himself. Now, to the why, I think he could have very much showed up himself. I already showed y'all how I did the timeline on their travels. Like I asked in the beginning of this video, we're not sure about these times that they've given us, if these are correct or not. We don't know that. And I believe that there's a lot of inconsistencies and incorrect statements given concerning what actually happened that day and what the timelines were. But even if we look in the ballpark of the possibilities with everything that they're saying, and JP Miller, he has nothing but air and opportunity to be there at the right time to do his deed. Would it be the perfect crime? In my opinion, hell no. But almost. Now, if law enforcement was real and straight up in Robeson County, it would not be. But in this case, it is. Because everybody's down with what they down with. Now, again, the FBI says that they are not going to, according to what was reported, they are not going to be going over her case. I think that's weird. I think that's weird. Now, we need to look up the criteria for what would make them, the FBI, go back over a case and make sure all the dots and I's are crossed on that, because other than finding some legal way you can get them to look at it, they've seemingly decided that they're not going to. So what does this mean? You can try and solve it for the rest of your life if you want to. I'm glad you got that kind of time. But if they ain't touching it, then it is what it is. And if they get him on multiple other things and stop that operation from doing a lot of things that they doing, then, I'm pretty sure Michael will be pleased with that too. But one thing is for sure and two things for certain. He can lay on the ground and cry all he wants to and whine and be paralyzed or whatever. And there's too many of us that know, boy, we know. Good luck with that shit. Good luck.
We were flabbergasted. This happened over and over during that interview. Why didn't you check that? We know that there was 3 or 4 trackers put on her vehicles. Why wouldn't you check to see if she was followed? They said, there's no cameras, but we know she wasn't followed. Her car is just out here. And I said, well, there's no trackers. They said no tracker. I said, well, they could have removed it after they did the deed. So then Micah's mother, Angelita, she said, pretend this is Micah's hand. And she asked me, grab this hand. And then she pulled it up, and said, it looks like someone squeezed her hand and raised it up. Mm. And there are defensive wounds from it and such. And
what was blacked out was, he said they squeezed her hand, raised it up, and then SHOT her. Okay. So when we talk about them not, them signing over for her to be cremated, I still don't agree with that, but it wasn't my decision to make. We all know that, right? Now, these things that are further able to help them be convicted in their thoughts about what could have happened to her versus what they are told, they definitely came from them being able to see and examine as much as they could at the time her body. And we're thankful for that, because JP must have not been there, which is weird. He has to be in control of everything, especially concerning her. I mean, look at this dude. He talking about he laid with her body for like 4 days and then tried to resurrect her. And he literally thought he did. Now, grieving is crazy, but that is just this dude just being him. I mean, I think that he would, concerning Micah, somebody else maybe not, but Micah, I think he would want to be the one to be there, look her in her face and do it himself. And say, see, this is your punishment. This is what you get for wanting to leave me, for not obeying me. I believe that he would not have been okay with someone else getting that pleasure and that glory, outside of maybe, being the last one to speak to her, like them playing him, having him on speakerphone and he's saying, okay, Micah, blah, 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 and then listening to them do it. But I just think he wanted to be there. It's too good for you to tell me that dude, knowing what we know about him, he was not there. He was there. He was there, in my opinion. He was there. It's nothing you can really tell unless you got concrete proof. And guess what? Guess what is important in this type of case? Concrete proof. And we ain't got none.
That's the general idea of our theory, that somebody crushed her hand while she's fighting. Either them or someone else held her other hand or her other arm back because there's bruising on it from squeezing, and they forced it to look like that was self-inflicted. And a couple of rounds went off during the scuffle. One ejected was live, and then it finally happened the way they would want it to happen.
Do you have a theory as to what happened? Because authorities are saying, they crossed out his alibi of where he was. Do you have a theory as to what happened? And again, I know this is sensitive, so if you don't want to share it, I understand. But do you have a theory as to what you believe happened?
So the theory would be that because she had multiple tracking devices put on her car previously, that she was followed out to the park or forced to go out to the park.
With people, I didn't even realize it started over, but one content creator said that people were contacting her saying that they witnessed and were there when JP was wherever he was. Honey, he could have been there, and still, it don't matter. This is what I want people to understand. Him being at the event and going to lunch or whatever, that's don't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China, baby. The time that they got his truck on the road, tracking that from the time he would be at Lumber State Park around 4:30, if he was in that truck that they posted on that particular highway at that particular time, along with the other time stamp that was shown that even further proves that his ass was headed north. Okay, South Carolina, North Carolina. You know what north is. Okay, this fool live in Myrtle Beach. Okay, and you headed towards North Cackalack for what, baby? We already know. The fishermen. I mean, y'all can rock with them. Whoever wanna, whatever. There's not one person, you're not gonna make me believe, that was in place on that day at that time that was not supposed to be put there by whomever wanted to orchestrate this deed. J.P. Miller. Okay, they're fishermen and all. Who gonna be the person? They thought it all through. Who gonna be the person that said that they heard her and called 911? First of all, I know, I get it. A part of me is saying, this is Robeson County. I know how they get down over there. Hey, you got shot, you gone? First of all, how do I know the person who shot the gun is gone? Wait, first of all, let's just stop playing. So, what you gonna tell me is that Micah was out there, right? Dude was in his boat. Have you ever been fishing in a small little dirty river in the woods like that? Okay, how many cars and trains and people talking and everything do you hear, or do you hear the damn crickets? Yeah, we got crickets in North Carolina, but I'm talking about it's quiet, baby. It's quiet. So he's saying he heard a faint cry, a little cry off in the distance. Because dude said faint. Ain't nobody tell him to faint. He said faint. So he's being descriptive with what type of cry that was. So he heard a faint cry. Maybe, okay, not no maybe. They had to know he was on the water. How can you not be standing off on the side and not see somebody in the boat? Okay, so maybe they was like, you better not get loud, you better not scream. Come on now, you battling, you scared, you crying, you gonna make some noise. You're not gonna be as quiet as they want you to be, but you're gonna try. I mean, honestly, not me, because I already know you here to kill me. So either way, you trying to kill me, so I ain't doing shit you telling me to do. Okay? I'm doing what I think I need to do, and if that's scream, if that's whatever, it's not going to be no denying that you was there and we was getting it on. Okay? Ain't nobody going to say, if I'm going to do this to myself, I ain't going to call no 911 and say to my family, leave my phone so my family, fuck that phone. Listen, I'm going to make it very clear. Okay? So people say when people are trying to exit, they really, and they tell you about it. They say they ain't gonna tell you about it. They just gonna do it. That's not true. Y'all kill me with the stupid theories. That's not true. If somebody tell you, respect that shit. Okay, respect it. Let them make it clear so there's no confusions. Let them make it clear for whatever reason they want to make it clear for. But I'm gonna make my shit plain. Okay, I'm not gonna call no 911 or do no strange, mysterious shit and have people wasting time doing an investigation or wondering and worrying for years and all that. We're gonna be clear on this shit. If you're gonna be thinking about anything, you're gonna be thinking about what happened, like why. And I would like to make as much of that clear as possible too. So all you got left is what you gonna do with the information. Okay, because that's what things that happen in life are for. For you to take it, get what you learn from it, and use it. You're supposed to implement and use it. I don't care if you perceive it as good or bad. Okay, y'all don't do that. That's why you got problems now talking about guns. We need to get rid of those. Those are bad. YouTube don't even want you to say that, which is ridiculous. It's not the tool. It's the issue. What's the issue? Why are people doing this? What's the issue? Okay, you need to get to the issue. You need to get to the issue. And I'm going to tell you what the issue is here. The issue is people getting away with too much stuff and they need to be stopped. And y'all need to quit playing the fool. I'm trying to tell you. Alright, that fisherman, listen, okay, so I'm fishing in a boat. It's real quiet out here. Alright, too much noise is going to scare the fish away anyway. So, we in the boat. I'm hearing a faint cry. That's not all I hear. Okay, I'm going to hear some kind of rustling, some trees, tree limbs being stepped on, leaves being crushed, some swaying in the water, because you either on the side, stepping on pine cones and trees and leaves, or you in the water. Either way, you're going to hear one of the two. Okay, now they claim they found Micah's body in the water. How did she get in the water? Let's say she did this to herself. Pow. You mean she walked away? Did he hear somebody running or walking? Did she walk away? I don't think she was able to do all that, because they say one shot did it. So that was an instant drop at the very least, right? So she fell in the water. Because if she fell on the ground, did she crawl to the water and then slide in? I think she fell in the damn water. So he didn't hear her fall in the water. Okay, cool. He didn't hear her fall in the water. He didn't hear nothing after that. He just heard pow. And we just gonna leave it at that, right? So he heard faint crying, a shot, and that's it. Nothing else. Okay, well, riddle me this. If he heard a crying and a shot and nothing else, then what kind of conclusions can he draw that happened? He doesn't know. Somebody could be out there playing with a gun, checking it out, whatever. Could be children, teenagers, who knows, and accidentally had that shot go off and it shocked them, and then they was trying to be quiet so he can keep it moving, right? I mean, any scenario, right? I'm just talking about what would you be thinking in your head if that was you. You're the fisherman in a boat. Faint crying and a shot. Okay. Well, I don't know what dude was thinking. I take it from listening to him, he automatically assumed that it was a chick crying. Okay. Her ass got shot, or she shot herself. Well, I ain't gonna say he thought she shot herself. I'm gonna say he thought she got shot. Because he didn't see nobody. He didn't hear nobody drop and none of that, right? So I guess he assumed whoever did it drug her body away. And somehow left the evidence for him to grab. As far as identifying her, personal identifying belongings, her backpack, her wallet, all that. They just gonna leave that. I guess we just gotta drag her on off for homeboy come over here, because we expect somebody to come check out what happened after it happened. Yeah, I know what you see in movies. This is Lumbee. Okay, we're not walking towards no gunshot or nothing like that to see what had happened. And we in the woods, in a boat, fishing in the freaking Lumber State Park. You're not going towards none of that. You going about your business and you leaving. Okay, you're not even going to try to dial no 911. I see people saying why he didn't dial 911. Oh, he supposed to sit right there and call 911. Sit and duck in the middle of the water and call 911 and say what? I heard a cry and a shot. Well, maybe if I'm on my way home, or maybe if I just don't call, because 9 times out of 10, I don't know who these people are and what they doing and how involved they are. They got everything on me. Okay, what I look like, my car information, for anything, they could be also following me home. You know, they could probably check up on me to see if I made any phone calls. I'm out of there. And that's all you're going to get. Okay, but for some reason, it was part of the plan for this guy to grab her belongings so he can ID it as Micah. And he can call later or run into the police and say, here, I found her things. I done went through her sack. I done took the money out. Or did they find money on her? I mean, I don't know. He had first dibs. Why are you going through this woman's stuff? And why would he grab the backpack? You not ask, go do a survey. All right, can we get some Lumbee people to come on here and talk to us for a second? I'm talking about all kind of categories. You got to be either in on it or you just a straight up like you don't care. You a gangster, like, or you just desperate and you kind of cased out the joint a little bit and you feel like whomever's involved are probably left. Like you kind of feel secure in that. Then you might go grab her shit. But you're not going to tell me nobody, especially again in Lumber River State Park, is going to hear a faint cry, hear a shot, go park their boat somewhere, dock their boat somewhere, and then go and be like, oh, she left her stuff, and grab her bag, and then get in the boat and trail off into the sunset. Bitch, by the time whoever it is probably ran back, go grab her bag and everything she left. Go get it. I got it. I'm going to make it from here. I'm going to drag the body from here. Okay, he running back to get the stuff. He see you in the boat. He put 2 and 2 together. You got the damn bag. All right, sniper your ass. But you can get in the water too and get the belongings from her. Come on, y'all. This ain't making no sense. It's some people out here who actually say they believe this dude. Good on you. Okay, stay your ass in the house. Okay, because you don't need to be out here by yourself. Don't none of this make no doggone sense. Everybody's involved. I get there's a lot of information going around here that don't make no sense or haven't been proven. Should I say that? About so-and-so owning land back there and all this and that and the third. Listen, y'all don't even need to worry about all that. What you need to understand is some things just don't make no sense until they make sense. All right, they add up to what it is, and this is the situation. If the FBI get involved, if anybody get involved with the power to hold Kim and whomever responsible, some things just were never meant for you to really find out what happened, but you still know. And this might be one of them. Because I honestly don't believe nobody's going to take on this case who can do anything about it. Okay, I honestly don't believe. Y'all got a bigger chance of Lightfoot getting the ball really, really rolling with Tiffany and her crew than you have of somebody doing anything to JP and whomever else concerning not her passing in general, but what happened on that day in that area. Okay, because I don't know how much they're going to go up the pipeline about this investigation, and the only potential that I can see is while doing their investigation, investigating all these other things. We don't even need to get into it, but we know a lot of it, what they're after him for. If that trail happens to lead them to what happened to her. And that's another reason why I say, your best bet is to make sure you focusing on that. We good with this. We already know what happened, y'all. And for the people who feel like they don't believe it, she did it to herself, cool. Hey, that's you just being normal. Everybody not normal. Okay, you being normal. That makes sense. You find peace and solitude with that, and that's cool. What you doing? Going about your life. Why would you come into groups and be like, she did this. Y'all just stupid. This is sick. Y'all dumb. Y'all wasting y'all time. Blah, 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 blah. Boy, we don't care about none of that shit you talking. We don't need no announcements from you. The police done already stated out their own mouths that it was rated self-inflicted. And there will be no more investigation. We need you to reiterate it. Why don't you go into some vegans groups and tell them why they need to be eating meat? Because people do that dumb shit too. You in the same category as those airheads. Like, for real, you wasting your time. You're not convincing nobody of nothing different who believe what we believe. You're not going to do that. So you might as well go kick back, and you ain't got no bills and no shit to worry about. Aging. Living to see tomorrow. Like, go focus on that shit. Go focus on all that, because this right here is covered. It's not going to be uncovered. It's not going to be unchanged. And I've seen a couple of creators that cover the story, and they be like, "Oh, ain't this suspicious?" But they'll make it clear that they truly believe that she did this to herself. Bro, you might as well, like, why are you even talking about it? It's kind of weird. It really is to me. This is my perspective, and I guess because I'm so convicted in what I'm convicted in concerning this case. And normally I would not even consider that. You can't find things suspicious but not also look at other things. But again, back to the saying, people who read and research gonna sound and look crazy to people who don't. So we expect that. It's cool when you have a billion damn followers and people just feed you information, and your video pretty much done itself. You got links, you got all that sent to you. Most of these larger channels have that. And then you just get on here and you go live and you're like, okay, I done lined it up. First we're going to show this, then we're going to show that, and this is all good shit, right? But, at the end of the day, I do believe she did this to herself. Boy, okay, we see. Okay. So you should be about done, right? How much further can you talk about it unless you really, like, you change your mind? You start to change your mind? I can see that. You open up for that? You cool with that? Or you just be doing these damn videos and shit for money? That's how most of it be. And y'all be all up in the damn chat too. And they don't really be giving you nothing but 10, 20 damn videos on the same subject every day. And it's like, you gonna keep regurgitating the same shit? Oh, they act like it's breaking news. Then you look at it, it's like, oh, JP's son was arrested. Well, we know that already. We know what type of dude he is. So you gonna do a whole damn video. And this is just an example. It's not the only creator or the only situation, but I'm just saying, you gonna do a whole damn video. And people coming in there looking, and what you doing is you talking about JP's son who probably don't got shit to do with this. He got arrested. And maybe again recently. I don't know. Like, bro, what the fuck? Can you elaborate a little bit? Does it seem like that's JP's estranged son to everybody else, but behind closed doors, JB be hitting him off because he know he's troubled and confused and destitute or what have you, and JP be hitting him off to do licks for him, and he be doing all white bricks, light brown licks, just hit a lick, okay, for 50 more chips. You get what I'm saying? Now we can be talking about something, because honestly, okay, we talking about a whole crime mob. The son can be a worker for JP. Okay. Where does he live? Where did he be at? What does he do for a living? How much spare time he got? He could be running around here doing little licks, slashing tires, following people to state parks and shit, so you can eliminate them. Okay. All right. So all I'm saying is somebody did it, and it wasn't just no one person involved. This was a multi-man operation. I'm talking about from the cleanup to the cover up to the everything. And then you look what I just showed you. Look at this lady. Micah was helping us with the Honda shit. And, you know, she did that thing, boy. People showed Micah was an asset. At the end of the day, Micah was an asset. Y'all got rid of an asset because you was losing that asset. Everybody was cool with losing that asset because you lost that asset. She couldn't handle her position in the cult. Okay, y'all position is one thing, but her position, she had to be that nutbag's wife. So all that was a little too much for her, and she wanted out. And so y'all losed out in multiple ways. You're not gonna find another. While he talking about he want a hot wife that loves Jesus, you dirty scumbag, you. Good luck on that, Bo. Good luck on that. Good luck on that. You're not going to find another Micah. That's what you're not going to do. And this is from y'all own accountings of how valuable she was and multi-talented and everything. And girl got up there and sang down on it too. Did all the graphics. Come on. What else she did? A whole bunch of shit. Y'all come on with some more. But you still there. You know, all this about how she was treated, what was going down and all that crooked stuff. Like, this is a pastor who sins on a regular basis and it's not even really hidden. Who owns a bar and goes out and he's just like, y'all whole operation is just, we already see what it is. You're a crime mob. I want some RICO charges, some racketeering, all that. Oh, we talking all that. Okay? All that Nickelodeon style. Ooh. That's something.
Department releasing a timeline of his movements, which claimed he was in Charleston. John Paul Miller's father, Reginald Wayne Miller, tells Daily News the following. Reginald denied that.
So her whole TikTok. Let me see if I can speed this up. I know they have a way where you can put the speed on it. So her whole TikTok, what she's saying about the father. Listen, I'm going to tell you how my mind works. Listen, if the father is saying that John Paul wasn't with another woman, why would he need to say that? Because we already know how he do. There's no dignity in that raggedy ass marriage that she was already filing separation from and trying to get away from. Literally trying to get away from. So what you trying to say? He wasn't with another woman, having an affair on his woman because he's a upstanding pastor? We already know there's no possible way for you to even get that one over. Even just him being with another woman. Because Robeson County never said he was with another woman that he was having an affair with. I don't even recall them saying he was with a female, because that kind of stuck out to me that people were assuming that it was her, and me going back and checking, and they was just saying he was with another person. Those are the reports that I saw. So if the father wanted to come out and say, oh, he wasn't with another woman, or another woman he was having an affair with, who the hell was your son with? One of them children? A teenager? Huh? What? Huh?
Miller was with another woman at the time of Micah's death, despite Robeson County Sheriff's Department releasing a timeline of his movements, which claimed he was in Charleston with someone he was romantically linked to. John Paul Miller's dad is saying, no, that's not true. This behind me is the media release by the sheriff's office, and they say this information led the investigators to confirming the whereabouts of Miller and a female that he is allegedly romantically involved with. Investigators were able to confirm that both individuals were not in North Carolina on the night before and the day of Miller's death. But again, this article dropped by Daily Mail today. John Paul's dad, he's denying all that. And in this article, John Paul's father felt the need to defend his son by telling us, the public, about his criminal history. Mr. Mann explains a couple things, okay? Number one, he explains back in 2014, he had signed some student visas, and he was under the impression that they spoke English. He was, quote, led to believe that they spoke English, but when they had got here, they did not. Instead of following law...
So there's a whole long story about this dude and his mess. And if you don't know it, go look for it yourself, because I don't feel like hearing all that. I just wanted to play some of that, because who was John Paul with? We already saw him at the bar with the one chick that people are assuming he was with on that day. We saw him there. So you mean to tell me this dude who barely getting divorced and barely have a legal separation from his wife took another chick to his own children's sporting games or what have you? Or was it his grandchildren? Because aren't all his children grown? I mean, are they about to be, is it like the company, they was on a company volleyball team or something? Are they about to turn pro? Like, what's happening here? What game was this? Where was it at? How much? Y'all ain't got enough information on that situation. And again, who was he with? I mean, listen, the more stuff is found, the more stuff that just really shows that this dude and his operation did what they did. Now, again, I think it's Grizzly something. Her video was very profound and very telling, including her having full footage of Micah going into the gun shop, being at the gun shop, inside the gun shop. What else she had footage of that we only had pictures of before? I'm not sure, but she also had the fisherman's 911 call. No, the guy who found the body, I believe, 911 call. Who was that? I think all players were intentional. Oh, in the footage, she also showed someone in a truck. Not sure. Didn't zoom in on it. Nobody has any information so far, from what I can tell. That is fact. But there was a pickup truck in a parking lot constantly circling around. Now, one thing I can say, and I think others will agree with me if they haven't said this already, in lumber, child, in numbers, and honey, that shit can happen on any day, all day, every day. You expect a fool to be acting silly in a parking lot, doing donuts and whatever, because you in the country, you can burn your trash, you can do really what the hell you want to do, fix your carpet in your yard, you can do crazy shit like that. That's what it's for. We ride four-wheelers all day. Okay, so yeah, but the way that was happening, that's not even the type of, like, what would he be, what thrills can you get off of that? It looked like some kind of Chevy or something, you know. There was nothing special about it. It wasn't souped up. There was no wheels, none of that. It was like they were casing, following, taunting, and the whole thing about her continuously looking back while at the station, while at the gun shop. I mean, she clearly was very paranoid by someone being near or around her. And I believe that she actively was being harassed and followed, and they knew that. And I believe that he was also taunting and saying things to her, including threatening her and her family. And I believe her gun purchase was for her to protect herself when she got to the destination that she was being forced to go to. Because this woman was on her way to work, mind you, with the sandwich and all that, the work clothes, time for her shift. She was on her way to work. And I think he diverted her. And a law enforcement can get any information off your phones, even if you erase it. So him grabbing the phones first and being able to delete whatever, they didn't, mind you, they didn't even check her phones for no threatening messages or who she was corresponding with or none of that. They put that shit in airplane mode and took a screenshot and put it in the evidence bag or belongings bag to give to her husband. So this was just perfect. It was perfect. I do believe homeboy was harassing her actively and pushed her into meeting up with him. Okay, now you got this dude who was writing her saying, oh, let's just meet up and get this divorce over with. We meet in court, and if you play your cards right, we won't even have to go to court. We shouldn't even have to go to court. For what? Like, meet you somewhere in public or like in person to discuss a divorce, bitch? This ain't rocket science. We know what a divorce is. We don't gotta meet up and talk about nothing. You only meet when you trying to see if you can work something out, like reconcile. That when I see people say stuff like this, dude was so immature. Like he was like, he acted like he was a little teenager or something, for real. I don't see how people put up with his tail being some kind of leader or something like that. But I believe he forced her to make that detour, and she was afraid. Like her father said, he said that she told him a few days before that she was afraid and she believes she needs a gun for protection. This is a woman who wanted to secure her spot in this world. She did not want him to conquer her and win over her. But when you look around and see all that he has in connection with him and standing with him and agreeing with him, y'all ever been in some kind of cult religion? Especially your whole life, and this is your world. It's almost like being Amish. This is your world. All right, the world outside of your world is the ones that's wrong, but inside your world, we follow the leader. What he says, what he does, he can do no wrong, and if he does, we must give him forgiveness. And understand that the devil is just testing him harder because his position is stronger. So we got to be stronger with and for him so that he can overcome all these imperfections. He's a man, just like Jesus. You know all that shit they be saying. Okay, so they're going to let him do whatever he do. And they're going to support him in that to the fullest. You have no idea of the lengths people will actually go to help and support these people that they worship and praise. But they read the same Bible that say they're not supposed to put nobody before him, not worship nobody else, all that. And the whole time they be worshiping the damn pastor. They gonna do dirt for the pastor. And when they come to the pastor, hey pastor, my wife, she found out about me and her niece, when they been coming over for the sleepovers every weekend. And then I've been messing with the niece, and I tried to tell her she was lying, but she's really wanting to believe the niece, and she's talking about, they're talking about doing this, and she won't. And then he say, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of the wife. And then he going to have all the women and everybody else in the church tell the wife she wrong, she sinning, she ain't never supposed to go against her husband. They're going to put the pressure on her and all that kind of stuff until she gets some act right. Okay? And the wife will either comply or, you're going to go through it. Listen to the other woman's testimony who had a husband that got sucked in by this church and how they try to force the women to do this and that, and when she didn't want to comply, how they was messing with her life. Look at JP threatening Micah's sisters and their jobs, and threatening to come to their house with a gun because she won't come back home, or she won't talk to him, she won't see him, and all this. And he telling them basically this can stop if you send her home to her husband, where she supposed to be. And the woman is telling him, she says she gonna be here till Tuesday. Bitch, you can't even stay till Tuesday. Did I tell you can stay till Tuesday? You better get your ass in the car, anime. Okay? What the hell you think he was doing to her that day? Look at his ass after she passed away. Listen, y'all can just hang it up, baby. You can hang it up. I am very sure. But the thing is, the problem is, the main focus is, who's gonna check them? Because it looks like the FBI said it ain't gonna be them. Alright? I don't think there's anybody else to convince. If somebody else need convincing that he was the one who put this together, then that I wouldn't even waste my time. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody on TikTok, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Somebody on TikTok said he was setting up the perfect alibi. Like, he had been putting this in motion to frame her up for a long time. And if you look at everything, yes, he has. So that tells me that he had already come to a conclusion a long time ago that if she is insistent upon leaving him, because he really didn't want her to do that. He wanted her to just keep putting up with his mess and being great, because she had too many assets. He benefited from her, you know. And it wouldn't be a good look on him to lose control of his dang on wife. So he had it already set up in his mind that he was gonna go ahead and prepare a table for her ass to eat at. If you gonna be insistent, then I'm just gonna have to make sure you don't get to go on. And everybody gonna be looking at you like you did this to yourself. He been setting this up. And I ain't gonna lie, I believe she knew it. Her family is telling that she knew it. Her friends is even saying it. They're saying that she told them more than one time, if I end up with a, in my head, JP did it. It's clear from his behavior that he's fully capable of doing this, and he was very much willing and on the edge in there. And this is another reason why so many people are fully convinced that he did this, mainly women. But this is another reason why, because a lot of us been here before. Survived it, yes, but a lot of us been here before in multiple stages. And some have come very close to the actual attempting of the deed itself. And I'm that one person. I'm not saying I'm the only one by saying that. I didn't say that correctly, but I am one of those people who can definitely tell you, we done encountered these kind of dudes before, and I done been on the front page down to the day of this nigga I'm gonna take you out, take myself out, and I'm gonna take some of us know this breed right here. And when they come for you, and they intend on doing everything, including taking your life. And some of them would take their own life too, or at least they say they will. They say they will. I'll be like, I don't believe you. Kill yourself first. Because you don't worry about what's going to happen to me. Okay? Well, you ain't supposed to think that far with your dumb ass. I don't think you got it in you. Let me see you kill yourself first. And that's some shit I did. But we still had to fight, though. Cops had to shoot him up right there in the action. He tried to cut his throat with a blade. And the craziest part of it all is we cool right now. Like, we don't speak or anything, live in different states, but years later, it's like none of that shit really happened, but it was deep at that time. So I'm telling you, we understand that this, y'all can say what you want to say, and you could believe in the police all you freaking want to, but if you even had encounters with the police concerning this situation, then you already know the biasness towards the man, and the biasness towards the man doing crazy shit or what he want to do. You know, you might have one officer here and there that might be like, you know, not like it, get offended, and really want to go after the person. But for the most part, they're not there to protect you in the beginning, much less caring about you done ticked your man off and got him beside himself. They don't care about that. They don't care. That's why they wouldn't even give her a restraining order. How can she not qualify for a restraining order with all that evidence, with all that was currently happening? It shouldn't be that difficult. And if someone wants to properly contest you getting a restraining order against them because it affects, you know, their life, and it wasn't legit, then the courts are plenty open for that. But when a woman has proof that a man is really coming for her, and you're not, I mean, the restraining order doesn't save you. No. But in certain situations, it's gonna matter at the end of the day. It's just another layer to it that can help. Look at Micah's situation. After she passed, he shouldn't have been able to get her belongings. He shouldn't have been able to have control over her body. A restraining order would have greatly helped with that. Because the family can say, nah, he shouldn't. She filed for separation, blah, blah, blah. I mean, to me, that's enough. Even legally, that's enough. But on top of it, filing for separation is one thing. It could be any kind of way. At the end of the day, you're still legally married. So that kind of leaves open room for debate. But she got a restraining order on you recently? Oh, that means you need to stay away from her, including now. And really, especially now. That restraining order brings a whole nother level to this. So, you know, she was failed in that aspect as well. Definitely. So, you know, watching that video, seeing her in the gun shop, getting her gun, having a conversation with the people there, and it taking forever, but, you know, that's a normal process. But just imagining all the things that could have been going through her mind, like her having to say, this is probably gonna be it, we're gonna have a showdown, I'm gonna have my piece ready, and him the whole time tracking her like, what you doing at the freaking gun shop? Oh, you coming like that? You really think you're gonna do something? You really think you can help yourself, protect yourself? Come on now. Her pop says she fought for her life. That he truly believes that with the things that were presented that was not reported to the public. And I believe him on what he said he saw, including he said he took pictures of the scene and her body. So there's that. So you're not going back to the fisherman. Tell me you believe his cock made me so there was a faint cry. What else you got? That's all I got. You know, I went, docked my boat, went back, got that shit. So you weren't trying to get up out of there? No, I was trying to go get that stuff. I wanted to see what was in that bag. And I went through it. Okay? I didn't turn it in. I mean, I ain't trying to solve nothing myself, but I'm gonna go through it though. If you gonna go back and get the bag, you calling 911. And then neither one of those a safe option in that situation, because he is sitting duck with somebody who potentially took somebody out. What, you thought they was children, and when they heard the shot, when the gun went off, they dropped it and ran? They got scared and left their bag? I mean, because what else you got that's gonna tell me you just bold? I'm gonna park my boat and I'm gonna straddle on over there on foot and see what's dropped that I can pick up. Because he wasn't going around there looking for who's hurt. Did he tell y'all that? Did he not tell y'all that in his interview? Go back and watch it. That's not something you want to do around here. Going trying to see what's going on. How is that not telling on himself? So why would you go back to grab their stuff from the same spot? The only spot that I can see that might be safe is the spot that is closest to my car. And not on that lake and not in that boat. And if I got to leave the boat and swim or run, okay, I just really feel like a crime was committed. Murder maybe, but somebody just got shot. So what kind of confidence you got that you going back to pick up the people's stuff that they dropped or left? Yeah, not today, son. Not today.